So 3-1 Liverpool, temporarily top of the Premier League. They needed a big second half. They certainly got it, and they were level, Macca, inside 10 minutes of that second half. And as you say, Gakpo got it, but it was always the plan he was coming off, and off he came.
Yes, and it was a drive forward by Slobodan. Luis Diaz, who was excellent in this second half, was involved. Jota played, and Mo Salah. I mean, it wasn't a lot of great play, to be very honest, just intricate passing, and it falls to Jota, and he's the one who sort of slows it down, puts in Salah. Whether it looks as if it was a pass, to be honest, because he's not a lot of power with his right foot. And Gakpo in the right place at the right time for an easy tap-in. As I said, he was coming off regardless because he was still not happy, Jurgen Klopp, with how the game was going, or certainly the pace of the game.
Yeah. Andy Robertson, 200 Premier League games for Liverpool with the captain's armband on, with a striker's finish for the second.
What a finish as well. I mean, I have to say, I think, you know, when the goalkeeper gets the ball here, I don't think you are allowed to do what Liverpool players are doing there. But Michael Howard let it pass, and they not looked at it. Once the ball gets to Salah here, and that little touch there is unbelievable. And we see it from the other side. That is an unbelievable touch.
What about the goalkeeper here?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's an infringement. He's trying to start the game quick. I don't think you're allowed to do that, but let's not take away the quality of this pass here and then the finish. That is outstanding. We see the pass here, and then that, I mean, that's just quality. And you know, for Andy Robertson, you know, to celebrate his 200th game, you can't do it any better.
It's a really nice finish. We know he's left-footed, but actually sometimes it's harder to let it roll across your body and open your body up. Sometimes it's easier to scoop it with your right foot. So the fact that he did it, it was a lovely finish. If Salah scores those type of goals, everybody's all over the place. But a left-back doing it, it's a lovely finish.
Well, what's really good about that, he's been in that situation many, many times before, but as a defender, and then he's kicked it the other way, that he actually had, you know, the technique to do that. It's a really, really good finish. And it wasn't unexpected. It wasn't. We were talking about it. You know, you don't take your chances, which Wolverhampton never did in the first half. They missed some very, very big chances. And it was just so obvious as soon as Diaz came on, that extra energy, that directness.
Yeah, and his first goal since May 2022, which was against Wolves. Now, Harvey Elliott got the winner in the FA Cup tie, actually, at Molineux last season. He thought he got the third today, but Macca's taken it from him.
Macca hasn't taken it from him.
It's a Bueno own goal.
I mean, this was lovely, wasn't it? Again, Darwin Núñez, who's come off the bench, had an immediate impact, showing his strength. Salah, another assist, but that'll be taken away from Salah, but it does. It's going wide, isn't it? He gets a yellow card for his celebrations. Harvey Elliott, and the goal's going to get taken off him, and it just comes off the 17, Bueno's foot. It's just going wide
as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
3 assists and 3 goals. That would have been really good.
This is the angle.
This is the angle, yeah.
It's going well wide.
When he's going,
it's going way wide,
I think it's hitting the O in that.
There's the one.
Yeah, it's hitting the O.
And the fact that it cannons off the post, it's clear, isn't it? It's unfortunate for Harvey Elliott, but
But you also saw from that clip how direct and how much more energy that Liverpool came out with in the second half. He must have had a big, big halftime talk. He was so unhappy in the first half, and that's where, you know, the manager shows his class. First of all, he has a halftime talk. I don't know what he said to McAllister. Go and sit on the notice steps, because he was the first one out.
He was out, yeah.
He was out there. So when Diaz was actually being prepared to come on, you know, he was behind, you know, and you can see how unhappy he was. So, but it's great managerial work. Every substitution he made today had an impact.
13 points. 9 of them have come from losing positions, which is not what you want to be, but it's a very good strength of Liverpool's that they're developing, and they're 16 unbeaten now.
Yeah, and when you look at Liverpool, it's clear to see, isn't it? The way they play, they're going to score goals, but they are going to concede them. They're going to get interesting, exciting matches because they are very vulnerable at the back. You know, when Trent pops into the midfield or when Joe Gomez popped into midfield today, they looked as if they could have conceded 1, 2, 3, particularly in the first half. So it's going to be a ride watching Liverpool this year because it's going to be a lot of ups and downs. They're going to concede goals aplenty.
But, as I mentioned, it took them 10 games to win 4 last year. It's important, we know Manchester City and their 100% record, to just try early doors to stay as close to them.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I don't think if there's a team there, it might be Arsenal, but that's a big might. I don't think anyone can stay with Man City. We're just looking at that lineup today, and you look at their back four. I mean, you got to compete with that. You You know, it's Walker, Diaz, Akanya, and Guardiola. How can you compete with that? You can't match it. And Liverpool for sure can't match it. I agree with you. They're very, very vulnerable at the back.
What I would say about this time last year, Liverpool had Jota and Luis Diaz out in long-term injuries, and people forget. And it's a bit like Man United this year. They've been hit with a load of injuries earlier on. And if you're not a Man United fan, you don't feel the full force of this injury list happening.
You do when you're around Peter Schmeichel.
Well, but you do when you support the team. So you can't compare like with like of last year, because Liverpool were much weaker this time around last year. But I'm really glad that they're sitting at the top and not sitting in, you know,
and they might stay there today because Man City are playing the European champions.
Yeah, both are. And that is one of our featured games in Goal Rush. Not our main one, though. We're focusing on the other side of Manchester, the Red